What's up guys, Chief here from Chief Live Gaming. Today's a great day because we're going to talk about the Temple of Elemental Evil. And this is a new addition to the Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Series board game set. And this came out on April 29th, 2015. Pretty new, just got my hands on it a few days ago. I've had a chance to play through a few adventures, and I thought I'd give you guys my feedback and let you know if you're maybe considering getting this one. You already know what the other box sets are about and this adventure series of board games, that maybe you can see what the new one is about. So, I have to say out of experience that this is my favorite box of the four. I've only played, including this one, I've only played 3. I have not played the Castle of Ravenloft, or Ravenholt I believe it's called, but this is by far my favorite out of the other 3 that I've played, and the main reason for that is because in the other series of board games, you get the adventure book included, right? So what this is just a book that tells you different adventures that you can do, where it gives you some flavor text, some objectives, and some guidelines for an adventure for you and your friends to play through, or just you yourself if you want to play solo. But the main difference with this adventure book from the new box is that all the adventures are designed to be played in a campaign, which is so cool. So, 1 through 13, designed to be played as a campaign, which simply means you start at number 1, go all the way through to 13, your character progress is saved, kept track of, and recorded in a chart that they've included. You can photocopy this or print it from their website, where it keeps track of all your equipment, all of your gold, your XP, stuff like that is saved over the adventures, so you can play a campaign setting, which is super, super cool. Now, that being said, it was possible to do that in Ashardalon or Legend of Drizzt, those other games, but it wasn't nearly as well done. Let me tell you that this is amazing. This is so fun if you're looking for something a little longer term, which doesn't even have to be played like that. This is where to go. If you're not sure which box to buy, you want to get into this board game series, buy this one. Don't hesitate. Buy this one. This is going to be your best bet. Now, the way I'm going to go into this video is just to talk about some of the finer points of the newer edition, or the Temple of Elemental Evil, which is the newest board game. These are all interchangeable, so if you have all 4 board games, you can use the monsters from any of the boxes. You combine them all together and combine your stack of monster cards into one big stack, so you draw a monster, and it could be a random monster out of any of the 4 boxes. You can do whatever you want, but for the best experience, I would recommend starting out just by sticking within the same box until you figure out exactly what's going on. So, let's talk a little bit about what's different in Temple of Elemental Evil. So, the main difference, as I said, is the campaign. Now, some of you guys, well, the focus on campaign, let's call it that. So some of you guys might be wondering how that the board game kind of keeps track of that, or how smooth it is. So basically what happens is you go to town square, oh lovely. After every mission you can have the option to go to town and complete different town actions, which include things like selling items, buying advancement tokens, or trading with your other friends, just spending your gold in certain ways. Now, as you guys might remember from the other versions of the games, that when you kill a monster, you get to draw a treasure card. That's one of the main bonuses of killing a monster, and most of the time they're items like these. Healing potions, potions of haste, items that benefit your character, stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys can read those. Maybe I'll make another video where we zoom in a little closer so you guys can read this stuff, but the addition in this game is sometimes when you draw a treasure card, you'll get an amount of gold. So basically, like this one says, bag of silver, gain 200 gold pieces. Pouch of copper, that's a heavy pouch. Play immediately, gain 100 gold pieces. Things like that, and they have included these lovely little gold tokens that you can save for your characters to keep track of how much gold you have. Lovely, right? Very, very cool. And then once you go back to town, you can sell the items you have. If you do have an actual item that you might be used to from the other games, there's a gold value listed on the bottom that you can sell it for in town, gain the gold. You spend the gold mainly on things called advancement tokens. Now I'm going to give you guys examples of the different types of advancement tokens. Advancement tokens are similar to powers for your character. So, oh, I suppose I should show these to you guys this way. I hope you can kind of see what's going on. Basically, you benefit your character in a certain way. So you can choose which type you want to buy. The 4 different tokens would be an item usage to regain 2 health, allow you to re-roll any die, add +1 damage to any successful attack, or recharge any of your abilities. And these are similar to some powers, like utility or daily powers. You use it once in your adventure, flip it over, it's gone. At the end of the next adventure, it'll recharge again, just like your daily powers, and you'll have it for the next time. So these stick with your character for the rest of the campaign, which is super, super cool. It's just another way to augment your character throughout the rest of the adventure. And these get more and more expensive the more that your group buys. So the first, for example, the first reroll token that you buy for your group will cost 400 gold, but the second one you buy will cost 500, the third one 600, for example, and the most expensive one is the recharge token, which starts at 700, goes up 100 gold each time, so they get more and more expensive the more that you buy. So it's pretty hard to kit out your character and just make one guy super strong and have him kill everything. It seems to be pretty well balanced. So that is how the campaign is tracked. Really, really cool. Gold, so much more fun. In my opinion, in the other games, you drew a lot of items that you didn't need. It was not fun drawing treasure after a while. You'd be like, oh cool, another item that gives me +1 to my attack rolls. Another +1 AC item that I don't need because I already have one. Stuff like that, not as fun as drawing and maybe getting some gold, and knowing that you can use that gold after the adventure to buy stuff for your character that'll last forever. Pretty cool. Let's talk about the next things that I wanted to talk about. There are different status effects in this game. The 2 status effects are advantage and disadvantage. Some of you guys might remember things like poison, immobilize, daze. Advantage and disadvantage are the 2 status conditions that you can gain or have affecting your character in this game. And what it means is normally when you want to attack something, you roll 1d20, right? And you get that result for your attack. If you have disadvantage, you roll 2d20 and you have to take the lower of the 2. Similarly, if you have advantage, you roll 2d20 and you have to take, well, you take the higher number of the 2 rolled dice. So it's kind of a cool thing that you guys might recognize from, I think, 4th edition D&D, or any D&D really. So that's kind of neat. Status effects that are in this game. There's also stun, which has a little token that you can do to stun a monster and allows you to skip their activation phase, which is pretty cool. What else is new? What else is new? I want to talk about one more thing. So as you guys might remember, as you go through the dungeon, you do things like place monsters. So I really hope you guys can see on this tile. There's a little black square here. So where you would, or a black circle, that symbolizes that you place a monster there when you place a new tile. So you're exploring through the dungeon. You have your stack of dungeon tiles here. You draw the top tile, connect the arrow to where you explored from. So if I'm running through exploring here, I connect the arrow here. Oh, there's a monster symbol here. I would draw the top card from the monster deck and place the corresponding monster on the little square or circle. Cool. Now, in this game, there's the addition of trap squares. So, if I'm exploring again, say going this way, and I drew another tile, there's little red X's, and I'm sure you guys can see those. There's 4 on this one, so we would connect it here, and the X's symbolize traps. So, you draw 4 trap tokens, place them upside down on the squares with the X's in them. And those are traps that you have to go through. So you have to use an action to disable them. You roll a d20, 1 to 10, doesn't work. 10 or above, you disable the trap. 50-50 chance to disable the trap. And when you do so, you just flip it up and see what the trap effect is. So clear, dud, safe, dart trap, 1 damage. There's different effects. There's plenty of different traps. And the cool thing about that is it forces you to go a different way. So the natural response, when you see something like this on the table, You might say, okay, I don't want to go this way, right? I don't want to go this way. I'm going to go back this way instead. And you'll draw maybe again, keep exploring. Oh, more traps over here. Crap. You know, I don't want to go through those traps. All right, let's try to go this way next. And you'll keep going through the dungeon. Stuff like that. So pretty much you can see that it forces you to go different directions. You don't have as many choices as to maybe just linear exploration. It kind of puts a thing in your way. These traps, like certainly going through 2 rows of traps is worse than just turning around and going a different direction. So it feels really fun when you're playing the game. You're like, okay, we're surrounded by traps. We have to do something now, right? So it's a little bit different of a flow to the game when you're playing. I like it a lot. I hope you guys do as well. So I can't think of anything else really to talk about as far as differences in this board game compared to the others. So what I think I'm going to do is end this video here. I guess we can talk about the 5 champions. They went back kind of to the basics. If you guys played Legend of Drizzt, I think there were like 8 heroes that you could choose from to play in that one. And they were all kind of unconventional, I guess I'll say. So in this game, you're back to the back to your basic 5 roles within your dungeon crawl kind of setup. So you have your wizard, fighter, cleric, ranger, guy with a bow, and your little rogue. So you're back to the basics, you're back to your core fundamental dungeon crawl roles that you guys are all familiar with, and it just feels more authentic to me that way. Not sure if that's going to be a positive or negative for some of you guys, but that's how it is in this game. Let's see. What's up, guys? Funny thing, my camera died right at the end of the video. I was pretty much done with what I wanted to say about differences between the Temple of Elemental Evil and the rest of the board games in the D&D Adventure series. The one last thing I do want to mention is that normally when you would want to level up your character in the other 3 box sets, you'd roll a natural 20 and then have to spend 5 XP, which you get from killing the monsters, to level up your character. Now, in this game, rolling a natural 20 is considered a crit, so you do +1 damage. It doesn't have anything to do with leveling up. The way that you level up is a town action. So when you're in town, like I mentioned previously, you spend 1,000 gold, and then your character becomes level 2, and you're level 2 for the rest of the campaign. So that's probably like the first thing that you want to do, is try to get 1,000 gold and get all of your people that are active in your adventure or your campaign setting up to level 2. So that's the only other thing I wanted to mention. If I did miss something, or you guys aren't sure about something, have any questions about this, please feel free to leave a comment down below in the YouTube video, and I will do my best to answer them as quickly as possible. If you guys do not understand a damn thing that I'm talking about and are really confused, stay tuned. I'm gonna make another video where we talk about just the real basics of this board game series. So we'll go through a mock turn and explain the rules to you guys so you can get an idea of what the game looks like and how it plays out. So if you're just really confused and want to see what the game plays like, stay tuned for that video, and that'll be coming the next couple days. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Big thanks to all my viewers, but also to my executive producers who are donating to help support me and keep this channel up and running. Thank you so much. If you guys do want to donate to the channel, take a look at my Patreon page, which is a link I've provided in the description of the video, where you guys can donate on a monthly basis, help keep the channel up and running. Really appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, guys. Do not feel obligated to donate. Just do it if you want. That'd be great. Any support is greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Hope you have a great day. Bye, guys. See you.